Hey, welcome to PPR Podcast number 169.
Wow.
169. No one said this relationship could last as long. My name is Paul, star of the podcast, star of the show, star of San Diego.
Oh, wow.
My friend and colleague, Mr. Burt Grossman. Burt, we've had a bunch of quarterbacks in this conversation. There are a lot of good quarterbacks, and we don't even get to them all. So I think we should rectify that today, or at least try to rectify some of it.
Yeah, Brandt from El Cap, probably one of the most underrated, under the radar guys I think we have in the county.
I heard one of the quarterback gurus say after the passing camp at, what is it called, the 7-on-7 camp, passing camp at SDSU, they said, in quote, "This kid can spin it," which I think refers to...
It's the hip kids say that.
Yeah, the hip kids say. Brandt, welcome to the podcast.
What's up? How's it going?
Really good. Let's start there at SDSU. I was told El Cap held its own.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we got a lot of young guys, and there's a lot of stars on the team, like Michael Valencia, Logan Doulier, and those are just some of the key guys. And Ada Menenges, he had a great weekend too. So it was good to throw to them at the camp to help us succeed.
Brandt, you're 6'6" now, 220.
Yep.
And you threw for 2,600 yards last year and 35 touchdowns. How are you so under the radar?
I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, there's not much else I could do for all these people to see what I'm capable of. But I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully everything goes well from there.
Those dimensions remind me of another quarterback that came from your neck of the woods. Is the name Lindley familiar to you?
Yeah, I hear it.
And are you tired of that comparison?
No, it's kind of cool to be compared to a great coming out of El Cap. I mean, he did some amazing things at El Cap, and hopefully I can be the next one to come out of El Cap like him.
I went to, when my first year coaching, we went to El Cap. It was Lindley's senior year. They were undefeated, and I come from Pennsylvania where football's huge, and the atmosphere there was similar. I mean, you have that, where you guys come out in the beginning of the season where you go through the town, then you pulled in there, and that place was just packed. It's really a unique atmosphere. Yeah. It's
packed with like all these fans that are all local who come to our games and pack out the stands, and there's nothing like our games. I mean, every person on our team has a family member there, so our games are usually super, super duper packed.
The run through town, what's that like?
The run through town's pretty crazy because we go to like a certain spot in Main Street, and then we like run back, and like there's just all these supporters just supporting us while we run through the lakeside, and then
I mean, it kind of speaks very unique. I mean, you have what I call the Mayberry High School experience, in that it's a neighborhood team, basically, right? I mean, you don't have you lose some kids, but most people geographically just can't transfer to Lakeside, even though it's a great education and whatnot. So you guys grow up together, you go to high school together, you play football together. Those are the kind of friendships that don't fade.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing, like most of my teammates have been playing since Pop Warner, and before Pop Warner, we were playing T-ball together. So like we've had a great relationship growing up and through this high school experience, and we used to like play in the backyard, play football, do all that other stuff. So growing up with those kids is a good opportunity for us.
Yeah, and I don't think Ron Berner and Damon Baldwin get enough credit because they're constantly good every year. I mean, it's a given, and they always play with just the neighborhood kids. I mean, even if somebody wanted to transfer there, it's impossible.
Yeah, just for transportation reasons. But I'm sure you lose kids because of the nature of the beast, but still. I mean, and I guess, I always thought that's what football was supposed to be about. It was never supposed to be about super teams. It was supposed to be about your neighborhood, and every now and then your neighborhood.
Well, yeah.
Like
people who like grew up with us, like some people like transferred to other schools, and we were all supposed to go to the same school like growing up and through Pop Warner, but some went to other schools, but I'm still friends with all those kids, and like we like get together and like nothing happens. Like we're still the little friend group that we were back in the day.
And if you have that one magic year, like when Lindley as a senior, they have that magic year when when you have a bunch of neighborhood kids who can all play, then you have it. And if you don't, you just do as best you can. It's not really about win. It's about developing men, isn't it?
Yeah, but don't lose the Saints if you have that magical year in the playoffs. Just remember that. Hey, I saw this was surprising to me. So you're a Dreamchasers guy, right?
I am.
Hold on, let me get my earpiece, Paul. So I saw on Twitter that you said like Coach Burner and Jason Carter had to convince you to go to the Western New Mexico camp, and then you end up being the best one there and get an offer. Why'd they have to convince you to go?
I don't know. It was just like one of those weekends though. Like I really like had a lot of like practices and stuff before, so I was like, okay, I guess I'll go to this camp or whatever, and and then I showed up and balled out, and then they gave me the offer. So it was good for me and my coaches to push me to go to that camp. So
now that's a legit offer, right? That's committable offer. So I mean, you have options. I suspect you're going to have more, right? I mean, assuming you stay healthy.
Hopefully. Yeah, if I stay healthy. Yeah, if I stay healthy, keep spinning the ball like I am right now, hopefully there's more to come.
Hey,
I'm just going to trust the ball.
I'm curious on this because I see this with a lot of other athletes. You already have an offer. You're going to get more offers. If you commit, are you still going to, because you play basketball and baseball too, don't you? Mm-hmm. So if you commit to a college, would you still senior year, would you sit out basketball and baseball maybe, or would you still play?
I probably would sit out most of like all of the sports, but I might want to like try like golf or something. But I'd probably sit out the key sports that would probably get me injured or whatever. But I'd just stick to football.
So how good of a golfer are you?
I'm Tiger. I'm Weiger Toods. If
not good.
Say like, I'm okay, but you have your days.
Well, what does it take to make the team?
I don't really know. I've never really like looked into it. I just like play it on the weekends with my grandpa, and then sometimes I go out with my friends, and then thought it was fun, so might try out, but probably not.
That would be disappointing if you're a star athlete, you sign a scholarship, and then you don't make the cut for your high school golf team.
I know that would be kind of crazy.
That would. You might want to practice and see where it's at, and then avoid it if it's going to happen.
Well, I know we've addressed it. I just want to follow up on it. Could you talk about the lakeside experience? I assume you've been to the rodeo and whatnot. Growing up with Lakeside, what's it like?
I mean, I've always lived here, and like the support is crazy. I mean, you go to the rodeo every year. I mean, there's so many little things that mean a lot. Like everyone knows where everyone lives. Like I know most of my friends are like a mile or 2 miles away, and like growing up with them, always going to their house. We go like have like parties, like little pool parties since we were young, and like sometimes we just go over, hang out, play video games, do the normal things, and just chill out.
Hey, two of our favorite, I can speak for Paul on this, two of our favorite coaches in town are Ron Burner, probably. Jason Carter is up there too. What's the difference between those two when you're doing 7-on-7 Dreamchasers and you have Ron at regular practice? What's the coaching difference between those two?
The coaching difference is like, I don't really, it's kind of hard to explain, but when I played for Jason, he was like super chill, super mellow. But if you had like a bad throw or bad read or whatever, he'd let you know, and you'd be thinking about like, oh, I can't do that again. So let's lock in and make sure I don't do that again, like whatever mistake I had. And then Coach Burner, he's really forgiving. I mean, like if you made a mistake, he'll let you know, but if you do something good, he'll let you know too. So it's kind of good, like both of them. Yeah, it's kind of just.
They dress a lot different too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little bit different.
What's your favorite item on the Nicolosi menu?
I really like their mac and cheese. The mac and cheese is good. Like I don't even know what it's called. It's like they're like in these little like balls or whatever, and it's like all these different types of cheese, and I just really like it.
Do you eat for free there?
Sometimes, like when we go there, like we go after a certain game. I don't know which game, but we go there, and everyone will show up, like all the families, all the players, and I'll like sneak up to him and be like, hey, just go get me some mac and cheese, and then he'll be like, okay, and then he just slides me some mac and cheese.
That's a recruiting violation.
All right. Yeah, let's not worry about it. Hey, so tell me the story. First of all, what kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Mustang 5.0.
5.0, and so it's got a little get up and go. I'm told there was an intersection that you pulled up to, and your head coach was in his Corvette. There was some revving sound, and he looked over at you and said, "Go away, little boy. This is a big man's car." So tell us about those muscle cars and who really does have the faster car.
He'll tell you that he does, but it's not really about the car. It's about the driver. So, like, we were coming home from a tournament. I don't remember where, but he was in his truck, and I knew he was in his truck. And I pulled up on him, and I was just revving it. And he knew. He looked over, and he shook his head because he wasn't in his car, because I think he just got a new one. So he was in his truck, and then I had to let him know.
Yeah, he drives a Vet.
Yeah, he does. He just got a new one. I think it's a C8 or something like that.
Dude, it's like a full second faster than yours.
Don't do that.
But I'm just telling you. I read car, driver.
All right, let me give you. So in one sentence, you asked for the lakeside experiences.
Yeah.
Star quarterback, head coach, pull up in 2 muscle cars, getting ready to race at the light. That's the lakeside experience in one word.
So,
Kind of like Friday Night Lights.
every time I go to the rodeo, Brandt, I wonder if I could stay on the bull. Have you ever?
I think about that all the time. I feel like those guys travel so far just for them to fall off the horse or the bull. And I'm like, how do you travel that far and fall off? I feel like I could do that.
That's it. I forgot about that. So again, I'm going to bring up the Saints thing. And I remember we went at halftime, and our visiting locker room was I don't know what it was. It was tractors getting fixed there. Do you have a tractor shop and it smelled like manure? They put us in a manure pit.
Manure. Not manure. Manure.
It's our ag department.
Is that where you still put the visiting team still go there at halftime?
I don't really think they go anywhere anymore. I think they stay on the field because they don't want to be next to all that stuff. So.
That's a great place to put your visiting team, in the manure pit.
All right, so tell us about this year's squad. How good are you going to be?
It depends. If we really put our minds to it, work hard in the off season, right now, then I feel like we'll be okay. And then we have some we're a younger team, so we got a lot of guys coming up from JV, and we have some returners like Ada Benegas. He was my slot receiver last year, and we're gonna have a decent line, and our defense is gonna be really good this year too. So, yeah, we're just really young, and hopefully that we work hard in the off season, and just keep our heads down and don't listen to the outside comments and just stick to us.
It's kind of tough because here you are, you're kind of entering your prime, and it's so rare that you have a great receiver and a great quarterback. I don't know the roster, but I'm just saying it's rare that you have a bunch of talented skill position guys come along at the same time.
And you get spoiled because you're Dreamchasers where you have all these guys, and then you're like, okay, I have 1 or 2 like usual, but I don't have 10 anymore.
But then again, like you said, you don't know. You don't really know what you have yet, do you?
I know, but we got to have some guys either step up or, figure it out. But we'll be okay.
So what's going to be the balance? 80% pass to 20% run? Am I going to see like Valley Center where you had 7 touchdowns in that game last year?
Did have 7 that game. It was all Chance the Chopper though. I could give a lot of props to him because he made me look good. So in that game, but this year hopefully that we're 50-50, run, pass, run, pass. So whatever gets us in the end zone.
And you're a prototypical quarterback, right? You're standing in the pocket.
Yeah, but I'll get the first down if I need to.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask you about in this era of having mobility, it's such a necessity at the quarterback position. What are your legs like?
My legs are pretty good. They're really strong. I can get the first. If I need to lower the shoulder or get whatever, I'll get the first down. But if it's 1st and 10, I'll look to pass first. But if nothing's open, I'll take off and get the first down.
I was watching some of your clips. Was the Elite 8 the regionals up in LA?
The Elite 11 was in LA, yeah.
Yeah, the Elite 11. Did you notice there you're the only one wearing those big baggy sweatpants? Everybody else had shorts on.
I know. I didn't realize we were gonna run the 40, so I looked like I was wearing those parachute pants.
They were. They're like MC Hammer, like the old school.
No, all these other guys are wearing these like booty shorts, and I was like, what the heck? He's gonna run all faster than me, but it's whatever.
You weren't hard to pick out. I mean, it was like a red flag. Those pants.
Do we have pictures of that?
You don't want that. It looks like literally he's in like a 1985 camp.
Do pictures. All right, so that's on the list. Put that down on the list. I want the big pants video. How did when you're up against all the best, what did that feel like? How do you feel like you had a game to compete?
Yeah, I feel like there was a lot of competition, but it was also good to see like where I was, like competition wise, and I feel like I did pretty good. And then, but yeah, it was cool to like meet all these different types of quarterbacks that are around the world, or not around the world, but actually around the world, because I didn't really know a lot, but after going to like all these camps, I feel like I've made new friends and like just got to meet new people, and it's a good experience.
Who was there from San Diego? Was Akili there?
Akili went to a different one. I don't know, like he went to something else, but he didn't go to the one in LA.
So who was all there that I would know? Was there all LA guys or any San Diegans?
Oh, you know Brody Stump?
Sure.
He was there. He was the only one from like close from here, but like I don't know his name. I forgot his name. I just saw him yesterday because I went to the Redlands camp, but he's the Mission Viejo quarterback. I don't know his name.
So you feel like you're in a fishbowl at these deals? I mean, you feel like everybody's watching everything you do, everything you say?
It depends. Yes and no, but it depends on like if you're in the back of the line not really doing anything, or if you're in the front trying to get every rep you can. I feel like people will see that.
They'll see the pants, definitely. You don't have to worry about any of that. Those pants are... Hey, so I'm always begging Paul to go out to El Cap because I love the game atmosphere like we talked about out there. If we're going to do a game of the week this year, El Cap, what game would you suggest we do?
West Hills, right?
West Hills?
Yeah, well, it's the Burner Bowl.
Yeah, you can do West Hills. Yeah, West Hills is always a big game, big rivalry game. Yeah, you should probably come to West Hills.
Yeah, but the problem is getting that away from Allison Edmonds because she likes covering it.
Oh, yeah.
But so yeah, we've come this far. We haven't talked about Coach Burner enough. What does he mean to you? Forget the football. Mentorship. What does he mean to you?
He means a lot, honestly. Like with everything he does for me, and like our relationship. Like it's not like a normal football coach, football player relationship. Like we're like really tight, like best friends. On and off the field, like we have like our jokes, our inside jokes, even about the cars. Like he always tells me like bring a rope or whatever because I'm gonna blow the doors off your car or whatever. So our relationship's really good.
Can I ask my usual
Sure.
question? All right. I ask this to everybody, so don't get back. Right now, you got $20 bet. Who is going to be the Open champion this year?
Open division?
Mm-hmm. Champion.
I'm going to go with Lincoln. I feel like Lincoln has it all. I mean, just playing with the Dreamchasers, half the teams on that Dreamchasers team, and all those guys are some dogs. Those guys are good.
Who are you picking, Paul?
I told you, I'm watching Cathedral this year.
Okay.
I just think that with the influx of people they have and the fact that they always have a quality program and quality coaching staff.
Yeah, their quarterback Brady
Yeah.
Palmer. Yeah, I like him. Me and him are good friends. We met at. He was also at the Elite 11. So I met with him. That was the first time I met him and like got to know him. He was pretty cool.
So like, what's the difference between him and you?
I don't really know. Probably like height and the way they run their offense. I don't really know about Cathedral though. But the way he played at Saints and the way I played at El Cap was just different.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting part because, we saw it a couple times. They're basically always wing T, but when they get a guy that can throw, they don't have any problem changing up the offense.
Yeah, and the reason why I ask you about him, guys like him and Sayin, they're immune to the NIL deal. They still get recruited heavily. Like back 10 years ago, you'd have a stack of scholarship offers because
No portal.
No, there was no portal. But prior, I guess I say NIL when I mean portal.
Yeah. I'm here for
So
you.
thank you. So you've come along at this weird time in football, but it works against you. And I'm curious, is that something that is frustrating? Because here you are, just on dimensions alone, and the fact that you're an intelligent kid.
35 touchdowns last year.
Yeah, I mean, there would be more interest. And I'm wondering, does that bother you?
It does kind of bother me because I see like all these other guys that are like, I wouldn't say, well, I don't really know, but like, I feel like I have really good talents and like God gifted me with all these talents and the height, the arm, the way I play football. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird because it's been slow, like the recruiting process, all the offers and stuff is slow, but I'm just going to trust the process. You know, God's got a plan for me, so I'm just going to go whatever he's got for me.
Yeah, really, at the end of the day, you can't let it get you down. What else can you do? This is the hand you were dealt. Play the hand.
Yeah, it is. I mean, just to go on that point, I mean, if you throw over 2,600 yards, 35 touchdowns junior, you're 6'6", everybody raves about your arm. It is crazy. And I mean, everybody loves the transfer portal till you're a high school kid. And that just
I mean, what is the state of football? You're a kid, and it's still a game to you, but that game is quickly becoming a business, even for a youngster like yourself. And I'm just curious, is that something you're aware of? Does it put a bad taste in your mouth, or does it excite you?
You know, football's football, but if you try to like put money into it, then I feel like the game's gonna change. Like if you're just playing for the money, then you're not really playing football. You're playing for, you know, the business you're trying to get the NIL deal for or whatever. But football's football. I'm just trying to play. I'm not really trying to get the NIL deal or whatever. But if that happened, that'd be cool. But football's football.
Dude, before anybody asks, you got like a 3.8 GPA, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, so it's not that either. Just
Oh yeah, but that's why you're going to end up at USD probably. Which, I mean, Little Bird told me that there's some interest there, and he can play there, and sure worked out for Josh Johnson. He's still in the NFL.
Did.
So I know you probably don't want to hear that, but before we call this a conversation, because Burt always has his question he asks, I always have mine. Best advice you've received so far in your young life. What is it? Who gave it to you?
It was probably Coach Carter, honestly, because he said that if you're good, they'll find you. And then I just kept that as like my motto that I roll with. I mean, if you're good, then they'll find you. You just got to keep your head down, keep doing what you're doing, and then hopefully good things happen.
I thought it was going to be the advice you gave him, that Burner's Corvette is a second faster than your Mustang.
A full second.
A full second. That's
Full
pretty
second.
good advice, too.
Probably more. I don't care how the cars can only go as fast as they can go. Young man, your NIL deals, though, should be boots, cowboy hat, and any saddle company, because that would be a perfect fit for you. Those are the people I'd be...
I do look good in some cowboy outfits. I mean, with the hat, the boots, and the shirt, I look pretty good in it. So I wouldn't be mad about that.
That's part of the reason they can't transfer out of El Cap. Because you imagine going to like Lincoln Cathedral and showing up in your big belt buckle, your boots, and your cowboy hat. You guys are limited. You can either go to Ramona or you can go to El Cap with the dress code.
Valley Center.
And Valley Center.
Valley Center.
That's it.
Brandt, we appreciate your time. Now listen, these are the things I want. I've got the Ryan Lindley video. I need your pictures of your cars. Both of them.
Them pants.
The pants video. Or pictures, whatever you have.
It's a video.
Do you have any pictures in the cowboy gear?
I think so. I do.
I want that. I want that, and I'll look for highlights. I know we have highlights from SDSU. Okay, so those are the things. Will you remember this?
I got you.
And get them to me as quickly as you can, okay, at prudy@kusi.com. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. You're easy to root for, young man, and you got two people here that are rooting for you. I suspect that things are going to work out just fine because everybody needs somebody who can spin it.
Mm-hmm. Nice, you're hip.
Right? And
I appreciate it.
And plus you got the Tom Brady haircut.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, Brad. Have a good day. PPR Podcast 169 is over. Turn off the machines.